that was test number PG 22006. And now we move on to the next presentation.
Judges, please note, here is the first call for PG 22008. First call for PG 22008.
Hello.
Yes.
Am I audible and visible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. You are visible. You can
okay, I'll share.
screen sharing. Yeah.
Yes, 1 second. I'll just. Yes. 1 second.
Your screen is visible right now.
Yeah, the slides are moving, sir. Are
No,
you able
no.
to?
Please
They
put
are
it
not
in
moving.
slideshow mode.
I have already put it in a slideshow mode, sir.
No,
Can you
no,
see?
no.
Not there? Okay, 1 second, 1 second. Now you're able to see, sir?
No.
Still? Still?
Yeah, right now it's okay. You please
The slides are moving, sir?
Yeah, it's moving.
Okay. I'll start my presentation.
Okay. So are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Your time starts now.
Okay. So good morning to one and all. I'm actually very honored and to be blessed actually to be able to present this presentation in front of you among all the gurus that are present here. Anyways, so the topic we all know, moving on to the aims with this presentation, I would like to address the challenges, to address the reasons and look for the possible solution. So moving on to the background. So we all, it has been existing from 5,000 years ago. The very aspect of Ayurveda, the most important objective is Swasthasya Swastharakshanam, which is prevention and promotion of health, which has proven as a blessing during the COVID-19. And it focuses on root cause. Unlike the modern medicine, we all know that it focuses on the root cause. It also propagates on harmony, balancing, and approaches are very integrative. Then why still we face these challenges? Such integrative, such nice medicine, and we're still facing challenges. This question I'll answer in the conclusion. Anyways, moving on to what are the challenges we are facing. We are facing the challenges in terms of education, research, clinical practice, industry, regulation, medicines, and quality. So what are the reasons? Visionless scientists, entrenched administration, quality education is lacking, dominant Western science, and the colonial legacy that is still continuing. So what is the necessity? We all know that Ayurvedic, why are we discussing these challenges in the first place? We all know that if Ayurveda is still existing, it is because of the blood and sweat of the Ayurvedic practitioners that has been protecting this science from the time immemorial. So if they keep on, coming across these obstacles, the very existence of Ayurveda will be weakened and it will become a weak science because no one will want to, practice this science anymore. So I'll just quickly go on to, what are the challenges we are facing. Education, now it has been, we are trying to reform it thanks to NCISM. Moving on to the medicine, there is a lack of genuinity, quality, every batch is different, processing, etc. There's one more thing that I've noticed is because of the commercialization, there is lack of genuine treatments, be it in terms of panchkarma, etc. And because of which the quality of the main, panchkarma treatments have been reduced. And standard protocols should be issued by NCISM. And one of my colleagues has pointed out that Pathya is a challenge for Ayurveda, but I won't think, because Pathya is actually a very strong point when it comes to Ayurveda. It is a very strong line of treatment and it is often avoided. So what actually the problem is, be it medicine, line of treatment, or Pathya, whenever we are avoiding this, there is a lack of positive results in the patients, and that's why the physicians get discouraged. It's not because they have. Anyways, yeah, they directly or indirectly affects. Then moving on to the research aspect. So lack of budget is, I think, not even a problem anymore, because the Ayurvedic fraternity this time has been given a good amount of budget. We need to properly utilize it. Lack of evidence, I'll come upon it. So we all are talking about evidence-based Ayurveda, evidence-based Ayurveda. We are not even thinking about what are the basis that we are creating this evidence. We are taking modern science as a standard of reference to establish our science. And till we're going to do that, we will never be able to establish our science. We will never be able to, give a proper evidence to our science. So Ayurveda Chikitsa is not being diagnosed on the principles of Ayurvedic principles, and research parameters are all modern, standards. Standardizing Ayurvedic diagnostics and treatment protocol is very important and essential. It is the need of the hour. And another thing is the expectation and mindset of the people, of the students, of the physicians. People want to just pop up one pill and be cured. Students want to, just cram up things and be it easy for them to, learn the definition of modern science, then learn the shlokas because they don't understand it. Physicians, because they want to hold on to the patient, they want to just do it very quickly. They want a quick. I'm getting very tense. Okay. So physicians, because they want the whole patient to be hold on, they go through this mindset of modern medicine. Anyways, so moving on to some of the challenges that I have faced. First of all, I've been approached by many foreign-based companies seeking for Ayurvedic knowledge. After COVID-19, world is going crazy. They want to commercialize it. But the problem is they don't want to give you any credit. And the money that they are providing you is very less. This is again a big challenge and trap for Ayurvedic physicians. Next challenge that I've faced as a young researcher is that publication in big journals like Wiley, etc., is next to impossible. My articles have been rejected many times, and if such thing is keep on going like that, who will read our concepts, our principles, and how will we be able to flourish globally? And next day, some other foreign-based scientists will come up and give our own principles to ourselves, because Ayurvedic good publications only we Ayurvedic people only we read. Next is recognition of Ayurvedic education globally. We know that Chinese medicine is even recognized in foreign university, but that is not in the case of Ayurveda. So with one of the colleague, my sir here asked that what are the reforms that you would like to do. I would do something in the case of recognition of Ayurveda in educational, globally recognition of education of Ayurveda. So moving on to discussion, we have seen that there is a lack of value, and we can see that my colleagues have described about we need to dynamically, scientifically, and ethically prove this Ayurveda. But what my take in this is, we need to create awareness and education. And the answer to why that I initially asked is, as long as we take modern medicine as a standard for Ayurvedic treatment, physicians will always face challenges no matter what. We need to understand that Ayurveda and modern medicine are derived from different epistemological and ontological premises. And this will create a lowered self-image, a lowered self-confidence, and it will show that we don't have a faith in our own science. And we need a validation from the people who are not even the right sources to give us validation. Moving on, instead of comparing our science with others, we need to focus on our science deeply. We need to re-understand it and modernize it in such a way that it is relevant to present era, as well as not deviating from the very principles. This is the very concept of Charak Samhita Siddhisthan that is described in Adhyaya 30. And in conclusion, I want to say, yatascha ayushyani anayushyani. We need to adapt certain principles, concepts, etc., which are ayushya to Ayurveda and Ayurvedic physicians, so that they can propagate Ayurveda well and good. Ayushani, like Ayurvedic treatment protocols should be there, standardization, references, parameters. We are able to face whatever challenges they are going to be. Otherwise, we'll always going to face the challenges. With this, thank you.
Judges, please note that was chest number PG 22008.
Okay, 008. Thank you. So,
You can end the presentation.
Gopakumar sir, will you begin?
Yes, sir. So that was a nice analytical presentation. My question is, somewhere you told that the existing modern parameters of research methodology
Yes,
is
sir.
not doing that much good to the Ayurveda.
Yes, sir.
So can you suggest how you can accept or how you can take the Ayurvedic research methodology with the contemporary medical needs by which there can be a better research?
Okay, sir. So first of all, like we can see that certain principles in Ayurveda, like health itself, we have a definition of health, but we don't know how to prove it. And we need to form certain either standardized questionnaires or either standardize parameters, biomarkers. There's so many biomarkers. For example, I'm right now in NIN and they are doing some research on epigenetics. Epigenetics is nothing but the science which is already existing that, the genetics is responsible for various diseases. They have just formulated it into some other term, modern term, and they are proving it. When they can prove it, why not we just explore various terminologies that the modern people use and actually, put it there in front of people before anybody else can. So, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anand sir, your turn.
Okay, sir. That was a good presentation and you are very confident in this field.
Thank
One
you,
or
sir.
two questions I need to ask is, you have mentioned about education is the key.
Yes, sir.
So there is a very good method which can be adopted as problem-based learning in education.
Yes, sir.
So can you suggest an example which we can introduce a problem-based learning model in education?
So problem-based learning model can be useful for the students. How? Because now what we actually do is we go always prospectively. We are going like, this is the disease, this is the pathogenesis, samprapti or whatever. But we need to go retrospectively as well, because whenever we are going retrospectively, we are able to understand it more clearly and it will stay in our brains for a very long time. But when we are going it prospectively, it will just be a novel that we are reading. That's it. So we will just forget it. And that is what the main problem is. So practical approach and this problem-based kind of education, retrospective education is really important when it comes to Ayurveda. Yes, sir.
Okay. One more thing I need to clear is that you have mentioned about Ayurveda investigations in Ayushya.
Yes, sir.
You have
Yes.
categorized two, Ayushya and Anayushya.
Yes,
so
sir.
Ayushya, you have mentioned about Ayurveda investigations.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any suggestions
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, sir, Charaka nowhere mentioned about diseases. In chapter 8 also, he goes on saying that, nomenclature of the disease is not important. He goes on saying that you should treat Vata, Pitta, Kapha. That is the main basis. So if we are able to diagnose these Vata, Pitta, Kapha, then there is no, I don't think so there's need of in these investigations at all. Like, I'm not saying that not at all, but at a large scale, we don't need it. Like, for example, in my case, only when I was in second year, I went for abdominal pain, and my ma'am, I don't want to say, but she was also Ayurvedic physician. She straight away gave a USG, go, you can do, but it was nothing but Vata disorder. So such kind of, basic things we can adapt, like diagnosing what are Vata qualities. Our science is very subjective, very qualitative. So we should adapt certain questionnaires, etc., standardize them so that they become investigations for our, patients.
Do you have any comment on Nadi Pariksha or Mutra Pariksha? Or...
Sir, we have to see whether they are, they can be applicable now or not. Mutra Pariksha, yeah, if it is like really, if it comes out really genuinely, then why not? But as Charaka has mentioned, that your science should be modernized in such a way that it does not deviate from your principles. So we should adapt it in such a way that it is modernized as well, and not deviating from the principles. So if we can come up with something like that, then of course, sure.
Okay, sir. Over.
Doctor,
Yes.
as I will take you from the last sentence you have used, that we should
Yes.
modernize it.
Yes, sir.
And you have, don't you consider the present day Ayurveda modern Ayurveda?
Sir, there are two aspects I will like to tell you.
You have
First of all-
consistently, let me
Yes,
complete
sir.
that. You have consistently used the term modern medicine for allopathic medicine or Western or conventional medicine or
Yes.
what we call biomedicine. So
Yes.
are you saying in the other word as Arthapatti that Ayurveda is not modern?
No, sir. I'm not saying that. Ayurveda is the most modernist science ever. It is beyond like all the sciences. That is the living proof is this COVID-19, where I've also worked in COVID wards, and I can see that where remdesivir has not worked, Sitopalati Churn has worked like crazy.
So I
So we
will
can
take
say that.
just a minute. I will
Yes,
take
sir.
up on your other statement on COVID-19.
Yes, sir.
So you said that investigations don't matter.
Mm,
So a fever,
no, sir.
say Pitta Vruddhi,
Yes, sir.
and with RT-PCR positive,
Yes, sir.
does it not change the perspective?
Yes, sir. I also mentioned that we do not need to completely eradicate all the investigations. We need investigations, but we wherever we can, utilize Vata, Pitta, Kapha, we should take it as a first step instead of jumping. I also gave the example, like instead of going with Vata, Pitta, Kapha, she just gave me the USD. So such practices should not be there. I'm not saying that we should completely eradicate all the investigations. They are equally
So-
important. And yes, sir.
Got that.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
sir.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Okay, sir. Thank you, judges. Hope all the discussions are over.